that is actually sufficient. This thing is no longer really hidden. You guys will hear this crashing noise, and over on the other side of the lab, you will see this strange green puddle begin to envelop all of the notes that got knocked off earlier. And Professor Rose was like, "Oh, you little shit!" And he goes to like throw shit at it, and it just gets absorbed into the muck. He's like, "No! Oh, I hate this thing. Oh, I hate this little guy."
Zubat boy!
Oh, I've experienced killing these things.
Oh, good. I certainly hope so. No, well, actually, I'm sorry. That's rude. He's friendly. He's just very destructive.
He's a fucking cat, is what he is.
He's friendly. He's just very destructive. He just breaks things. He's not. So somehow he got into the lab. They have these hanging around the mine because they like suck up. Well, more like the ore processing. They love to suck up garbage and filth and crap. And somehow he got in here and he eats everything that I drop. That's why everything's up on this. That's why the shelves are such a mess, because I can't store anything on the ground.
Want me to take it out of her hands?
Yes.
You can try, sure. I wouldn't say he's kind of tough. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why he's strong, but he's a little bit strong. So don't underestimate. I don't want one of your Pokemon to get eaten.
Get him.
All right.
While he's figuring that out, do you know what the nature of this thing is?
So are you going to engage or are you going to talk?
Am I going to talk?
Is this a talk? This is a talk no jutsu or what? It is worth noting, Zubat Boy, this Grimer, I didn't use this spread on accident. It's a very weird color.
Yeah, it's a low one.
You recognize that it is a Grimer, but it is a weird Grimer.
Get it.
So what would you like to do to it?
Why'd you have to say it like that? What do you want to do to it, Zubat boy?
Has some few options. Always keeps them open.
Yeah.
I'll try talking to it first, I guess.
Yeah, try the Taco no Jutsu. I love it.
I mean, with the drool coming off of it, somebody already did something to it.
Oh my god.
Are you
I think
sure
his
that's
mouth is
drool?
just intended to be that color, but that's an even better theory.
Are you sure it's just drool? What is the lab professor actually doing with the Grimer?
What has he been eating? Oh, that's the Kennedy. That's fantastic.
He spent too much
Why is
time
it
in a
yellow?
trash can outside of Taco Bell.
That's why. Aw, man. That's why Professor Rosewood doesn't take any breaks. He just freaking lets this thing clean up the mess.
It's always under his desk for some reason.
Oh god.
Let's go, 100.
Anyway, while he's doing the talking thing to that, do you want to roll out the nature for the Kabuto?
Sure. Yeah. While he's rolling, that's fine.
Did you finish your Kong? You did that? Wow, Chloe, you're a professional Konger, huh?
Alolan Grimer actually has a very interesting type combination, which we will address in a moment here. Zubat Boy, I'm assuming you're going to try and roll here. Was that your roll right there? An 11? Or was that?
No, that was my perception.
Okay.
Jesus.
So I was going to try to talk with it.
Oh, well, you can just want to talk to it? Okay, I thought you were going to try to convince it to do something. You can just talk to it. What are you going to say to it? This little creature that's sucking up things that are on the ground. It seems to take great pleasure in eating the professor's notes, though it brings him very little sustenance.
Okay, how do I want to put this?
He's very pleased with himself, destroying things.
So, Grimer, you like to take out the trash, huh?
Fine.
Well, how would you like to take out some human trash with me?
He puts one of his fingers up to his little lip and kind of smears the yellow. And he looks over at Professor Rose and is like,
He is human trash.
Sneak attack now.
Are you suggesting? He sort of looks. He gives you a look like, "Are you suggesting what I think you're suggesting?"
Yeah.
No, not the professor. Bad people.
He's like, "I've never tried." He's like, I think the professor is a bad people.
That's why he was home.
People who wear black and hurt Pokemon.
Grime. He gets very serious. Grime.
Ooh, serious grammar. Awesome. Like it.
He's very unimpressed
With me or the thought of...
with the thought of black wearing people beating up Pokemon.
All right, 4.
So he seems to agree more heartily with that thought. He's like, Grime.
All right. So you come with me and we can take these guys down.
Still mildly conflicted. Not necessarily like sure he wants to leave his life of tormenting the professor.
You can clean our dead bodies that we leave.
That's accurate but dark.
Yeah, that's
Just the two of you. He doesn't know that.
right.
Yeah, true. True.
Trying to think how I want to convince you.
So you've sort of got him talking. Let's say, for lack of a better word, you've got him talking about it. He's like, Grime. He doesn't really know what else. He doesn't really know what else he should be doing. He's like, I've got a good. He's kind of he beckons over to all of the lab equipment that he's sort of glooped all over. He's like, I got a good thing going here, man.
So does this grammar, like, it likes to destroy things?
You get the impression it particularly likes to torment Professor Rosewood. For some reason. It's not that he's inherently destructive. He just enjoys the reaction he gets from it. You can see as you cease talking to him for a minute, he like worms his way over to the garbage can and sort of tips it upside down, and it just dissolves into his mass.
Henrik's trying to hide his disgust. He's like, oh.
It is worth noting for you, Heinrich. Zubat wouldn't mind normally because he's kind of used to it, but it's worth noting for you, this grammar does not smell as bad as a normal grammar. Were this a run-of-the-mill grammar, this room would smell like a trash heap. But this particular grammar, it does not.
Okay, I'm going to enter aggressive negotiations here.
Okay.
That
Venonat,
didn't take long.
confusion.
That's not negotiating. That's rape.
It is okay. Did you tell it to use confusion?
Yes.
It is worth noting that although Mothra puts the strongest psychic blast he has mustered in a while, the grammar seems totally unaffected. It just kind of looks over at Mothra like, what? Huh?
All right.
What you doing?
What the fuck? Man.
He's got no brain. He's got no brains to scramble.
He's got trash to scramble.
That's promising. No brains to scramble. Lovely.
Luckily for you, he does not interpret this as a hostile action because it does not affect him.
Okay, that's good.
For those of you who haven't caught on, this would imply that Alolan grammar is, in fact, half dark type.
Yep, I forget about that.
I'll give you a moment to consider your hostile negotiation.
Can I roll a persuasion check to get it to.
Absolutely.
This is probably fail, but yeah.
So as you try to persuade him, like, come on, come eat the bad guys. He's like, well, I'm eating trash. I like to eat trash.
But I am trash.
I'm made of trash.
I want to say I have a coughing.
Oh, I'm gonna lean over to you, Zubat Boy, and be like, "Tell him we go to cities with lots of trash. He seems to like trash."
I like trash.
All right, I'm gonna reiterate what Heinrich said. Come on, Zubat.
We go to lots of cities with lots of trash.
Yeah, we go to lots of cities with lots of trash, human and.
You can make me another persuasion. He's like, oh, trash. City trash. City trash is probably good too.
Wait, before you roll, I will support you on your persuasion.
Okay. Which gives you advantage.
You can roll at advantage.
So one more try. One more try to roll above a 10. Please.
So with advantage, I'm just rolling what?
Yeah, you're gonna roll one more time. You already rolled the first one, so just give me another.
Okay.
There you go.
That's much better. Yeah, he sort of softens up. He sort of softens up the idea. He's like, I like trash. I like trash. He's just gonna like grime. Comes on over to you like, all right, what do you want me to do?
Hop inside this. Hop inside this Pokeball for the moment.
You want to present a Pokeball? Okay.
Yep.
I'm going to, because of what this creature is, impose a dexterity saving throw on you.
Oh, yeah. Sludge monster.
Yeah. Zubat Boy, something worth noting for you, because you are a poison type expert, you can have this bit of background information. You very much do not want to touch his teeth.
Do not touch his teeth.
Yes. That is something you understand very clearly. Do not touch the teeth. Fantastic, yeah. As you like reach up the Pokeball for him to inspect it, he goes to like goop it up, and you realize that he's about to just swallow it. He's like, you're like, no. You're gonna pull it back before he gets a hold of it. He's like, you were offering me trash.
$250 worth of trash.
I just need to put you in the Pokeball for a moment.
Bah. So like he's just sitting there like, gimme. He's just a little sludge pile, so he's like reaching his arms up like a fucking kid going uppies. But he's like, give me the trash. Hey, would you like to make the animal handling check to try and catch him?
Yes.
Fantastic. My screen's lagging. Did you rate the roll?
Animal handling plus proficiency bonus.
Yeah, animal handling plus proficiency. Yeah, that's right. You are proficient in it.
Jesus Christ.
Where is it? Is that it? The 11?
Yeah.
Oh, Zubat Boy, you're like, fine, I'll do it the hard way. And you toss it at the Grimer, and as it just splorps into him, it just sort of absorbs into his body.
Wait, before you go through with that. Since I was already supporting him with the other thing, wouldn't he still get an advantage?
You were supporting him in... This is a totally different skill check, so you should be able to support him again, though. I assume you did not just walk away from him, so you can give this another shot if you'd like.
I've been standing there because I was like, all right, I'm supporting him in what he's doing, so I figured if he continued to roll, then we would just continue supporting.
My understanding from earlier was you were just supporting his persuasion, but yeah, you can support him trying to catch the thing, too.
So that way he can have another reroll.
Try again.
Sorry, I was reading my book, so I'm like trying to figure out the stats for the creature.
Oh, that'll do it. Yeah, if you need to reminder of what he is.
No, I already got him.
Oh, he's up there. Oh, also for that nature, while we're talking about his nature, he rolled a 4 for his nature.
Yeah, it's arrogant. I already did it.
Cool.
Yep.
Yeah, Zubat Boy, with that much, that will do it. You needed a 19. That'll do it. He rolled a base 19. This time, as you understand, how the sort of Pokeball blorping into him works. You managed to actually land one correctly so that it won't get just absorbed into his muck. And he does get sort of sucked up. He puts up very little resistance to it. He's like, well, we're doing this now. Would you like to do any swapping? Are you going to keep him, or is he getting sent away?
Yeah, I'll keep the Grimer, so I'll send away Venonat, I think.
Send away Mothra for the time being. Some things to know about the Alolan Grimer. The professor stated that he was strong and you should be careful because this creature is level 5.
Ooh.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
He could have been very dangerous to fight.
Thank you, Heinrich Senpai.
He could
Never
have,
do that again.
Thank you, Senpai.
yeah, so you have acquired
Student
this creature.
becomes the teacher. Some cheesy Japanese dialogue.
You have acquired a friend, a tough friend, for that matter. The Alolan Grimer. For those of you who are curious, Zubat Boy can relay this information to you later, but I'll tell you out of character for curiosity. The reason Zubat Boy knew very strongly not to touch the teeth is because they are not teeth; they are crystallized toxins. So it's essentially like hyper fix. It's like super condensed, super crystallized, just all of the nasty shit that he's taken out of garbage for however long he's been growing those teeth.
Needles.
So it's like being injected with all the STDs at the same time.
Oh.
Good old herpetogonosyphilitis.
Yep. And as this lab situation progresses, hey, you got a team whatever over there, Trevor and Kennedy. You guys have been away for a little while. Let's pull you guys into the session, huh?
Okie dokie.
When we left off, you guys were almost to Orboro Tunnel, and we're going to say that you are going to arrive at said Orboro Tunnel. I'm going to copy you guys over to this screen for a moment. This is taking me some customization time.
Hey, Hunter, this is a main shift.
I am aware. It's because I didn't make multiple scenes.
Thank you.
Oh, great. So you guys rolled the Snorlax encounter. Fantastic. That was a 50-50 chance of either the Snorlax or a new encounter we haven't seen before. So, the tunnel gets sort of, and I'm going to make it a tunnel by blocking off your vision of the rest of the game, so okay, give me a minute. You enter into this tunnel. If you two would like to make perception checks before you hit the roadblock that's we know is coming, you can take a look around at what there is to see. It is worth noting it is pretty dark in here, lit only by the braziers designed to make it walkable.
Well, and Firebolt.
Firebolt does emit dim light for 15 feet. That is true. He's making it a little more walkable. So he's making it significantly more walkable in the area around you. Marshall's apparently climbing the wall. Yeah. There you go. Marshall's just fucking spider pigging over there. Are either of you making a perception check?
Perception check?
You want to look around before you hit the roadblock.
I will actually have
See what's
my
going
new
on.
friend look because his perception is better than mine.
Oh, all right.
Oh, there's that. That's what
The little bird.
I mean, I would, but he's not in my inventory.
You're not what?
Oh, it's because his name's wrong. Hold on.
I know, when I pull mine out, it says M. Or F, whatever it was.
I was gonna say, why do you have M? I have
I mean,
F.
well, that's the thing, I think.
Shit.
If I was to bring it out.
There he is. Okay. So
M. who are doing a soul perception check.
Well, fuck.
So yes, Soul is uncomfortable being in a cave and is not doing a very good job of observing their surroundings. They're like, this is not natural. I do not like it here.
Natural.
Oh, can Kendra take a gander?
I mean, she can try.
I'm gonna do I'll try a perception myself, even though I can't really see, so do I get disadvantage?
I mean, no, you can fire. You're still close enough to Firebolt that you can see just as well as Kendra can.
Kendra got a 15.
Firebolt is making the local area visible.
20.
15 and a 27. All right. Well, because of such a high roll, you notice that there are multitudes of little holes in the wall from creatures burrowing in and out. This seems to be a safe haven for like burrowing creatures to meet up. There are not a lot of people come through here. You notice that there are unused tracks on the ground, which seem to be remnants from when the tunnel was dug. Very small amounts of uncared about equipment seem to have been left behind. But overall, there are all kinds of spots for things to dig into the wall and hide, and even some rock formations that don't seem totally natural.
Okay.
And Trevor, upon seeing all of those things, you actually have the foresight to look up the tunnel, and you will notice the problem ensuing. There is a big blue and white fluffy thing taking up the tunnel, sleeping with what is now several empty packets of rations on his stomach.
Birds, there's your dinner.
No.
That I have been feeding you for fucking 10,000 years. No,
Nope, we're not gonna eat the giant fluffy creature.
we won't.
Actually, I have an idea.
Okay.
Hazel. Would you, since clearly this thing is blocking our path, could Nickelback make a tunnel on the side so that way it wouldn't have to move? Like
I don't
a
think
tunnel around?
type thing that I can look at.
He's this is a cool idea. I think Nickelback is not the best candidate for it.
Well, I have a shovel, so with we just need it wide enough for me and Tassel to get through because we can put our Pokemon in the Pokeballs and then squeeze.
Although I think Nickelback knows Rock Tomb.
You're also in a bedrock, so
Nickelback can.
stone.
I could just move them.
Nickelback knows Rock Tomb and he knows Metal Claw, so he can chip away at the hard rock and he can lift loose rock.
Right.
But he has no skills like burrowing or anything that allow him to make tunnels effectively.
Right.
Yeah, you need Rhyhorn for that.
Well, you either need a creature like Rhyhorn, which is you either need a ground type or B, a creature with burrowing speed.
I mean,
Wow, damn it.
Chloe's Rock Smash won't do much. I mean,
It will, but she's little.
yeah.
So she'll take away a chunk of the wall. It'll just take a little while.
6 months from now, you guys will get through.
I'm gonna go over to one of the smaller holes
Okay.
and I'm gonna take out. Actually, I'm gonna go over to Nickelback, take some of the unripened orange berries, go over to
Okay.
one of the smaller holes
God, yeah.
in the tunnel,
Okay.
and throw them in towards the entrance.
Just toss them into the tunnel.
Well, not all of them, but like have it so that most of them are at the entrance hole of the tunnel.
You see the tunnel just sort of collapse in on itself, and you hear this loud rumbling inside.
I don't like. What?
Uh-oh.
And as the tunnel collapses in on itself and the berries seem to disappear with it, you see right beyond where the tunnel just closed, this little gopher pops out of the wall.
Yes.
Hey, look. That might help.
I'm gonna be like, hey, little guy, do you like the berries I gave you?
Take a look.
Okay, I'll take that as a yes. I will give you more berries if. Oh, there's another one. If you and there's another one. Oh god.
Fuck it, hit him with a hyper beam.
and in this chorus, as all their little heads just start going pop, 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 like a little game of whack-a-mole, they just pop out of all the holes in the wall. And you hear this chorus of "Chicken a Dog."
Okay. Well, since you guys like the berries I gave you so much, I will give you a little bit more. If you can help us by helping us dig a tunnel around that big Pokemon right in front of us. Just around it. I'll give you some more food.
Animal chit chat with me.
Chicken a Dog. And what you see happen, you see the one all the way on the right just go back into the thing, and you hear him pop out on the other side of the Snorlax. Chicken a Dog. It's muted, but he's on the other side. You can hear him.
I'm gonna scream over the top of the Snorlax, be like, "Yeah, I need a tunnel a little bit bigger, buddy."
You see a little bit bigger, and the second one will go. Chicken a Dog.
Okay, look. I need it so me and my friends can fit through.
Tiny tunnels that I gotta climb through like this freak me out.
Tazzle is not about it. He's like, no.
You got a better idea, boy. Because I'm not about to fight this fucking thing.
I don't want to either.
Yes, fighting is not a very good solution.
Also, I don't want to
Sure
do what
is.
Heinrich and fucking Zubat Boy did last time, because that's cheating.
You want a novel solution.
So look at
Well, it sounds like you need to convince them to do exactly what you're telling them to do instead of just fucking around, which is their motive.
I know exactly what you want me to do.
Oh no, last time you did, you're out of strength there, buddy. I don't
I
want
did
you to
it
get
once,
a
but I
fucking
did it for too long, so now I'm in.
I know. Don't do it. Do not risk
I'm
it.
gonna hold off from that for now.
Hunter. Is there any space above the Snorlax?
I was thinking that.
Yes, there is.
How
we fly
much
over?
space?
Probably a couple feet.
Can I do an athletics wall jump over the Snorlax?
So I'm gonna say I'm gonna do a yes, but
But
yes, but it will be very difficult.
okay. Ah, fuck. Well, we're gonna try it.
Luckily, your
anyway.
athletics, I think, is very good.
Before I do that, I'm going to put all of my bigs into their Pokeball. Soul is tiny, so you can stay out.
Soul is tiny.
That is
Okay.
not gonna work.
Okay, yeah. So you initiate the run up. You get going at a good tilt, and you jump up on, and you realize that the gap above it is not as big as it looks, and you just get stuck, and you are lodged on top of the Snorlax. I'm trying to put you on top of it, actually, not under it. I have to put you there first for you to be on top of it. No, I guess you just. God
I
damn it!
exist here now.
God damn it! Roll 20. You know what we're gonna do? You know what we're gonna do? This Snorlax is becoming part of the map now. This is called layering, kids. There, he's on the map now. Yeah, you end up on top of the Snorlax,
Well,
sort of lodged on top of him. There is like a 2-foot gap above you, but it's like sleeping in a bunk bed that's raised all the way up, and you can like barely move under the roof.
so I'm stuck. Is what you're saying.
You're not totally stuck, but you are pretty lodged up there in good shape. You can feel this thing vibrate as it's freaking snoring, and you can just smell the freaking breath just every time he breathes out.
Son of a
Luckily
bitch.
for you, you have not woken him up, but you are lodged on top of his big fat belly.
Okay, well, this is nice. So I'm gonna call for the Diglets and be like, "Can you come to the side of the Snorlax, please?" Please. Ross!
Diggity-doo.
No, like in front of me. Like my head is going up. Can you go over there?
Take a look.
Like on the yes, that's good. You want to play a game? We're gonna play tug of war, okay? So Kendra's gonna get out her rope. She's gonna make a lasso by tying the rope to itself. She's like, "You ready? We're gonna play tug of war."
The Diglett imposes. He sort of through a sort of charades. He sort of imposes upon you an issue. He's like, I have no hands.
It's okay. I'm gonna lasso it, and hopefully we'll get caught on your snoot.
Are you going? I'm going to need you to make a check for this.
I know, but what check would you like?
It's going to be let's go. Basically, I'm gonna have you make a ranged attack. This is a dexterity check.
Well, fuck. Yeah.
Well, you successfully lassoed it. You got it right over the top of him, like a freaking ring game at a carnival. Tazzle, you've seen this whole thing go down. Without even conferring with you, she just went off for this like fucking wall run and ended up on top of the Snorlax, and you can now see her like attempting to throw a rope at something on the other side. Do you have any comments about what's going down here?
I think he's thinking, am I still infected? Like, had it slightly made it to my head, and I just... maybe it's the Percocet. I don't know.
The Percocet.
I don't know, dude.
Fucking Percocet.
So you've successfully lodged yourself on top of the Snorlax.
Well, I have successfully lassoed the Diglett, but before I tell them to pull, before I tell them go, I'm gonna throw the other end down to Tazzle. I'm gonna be like, Tazzle, put all your big Pokemon in the Pokeballs. We're gonna go for a ride.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I see what's going down here.
I hope this thing doesn't hyper beam us right off his stomach.
He's like, oh, what are you doing?
Like a vomit, but you think he's just gonna throw up, but it's a straight up hyper beam. We just get it's like Iron Man's fucking chest laser.
Tazzle! Put Grey Wing, Meep Beep, and Nickelback in the Pokeballs.
They're not.
We got this.
Or are we just gonna use?
No, I lassoed a Diglett, or this mole thingy.
Kendra, can I ask you a question?
Lasso all four of them.
Kendra?
Mm-hmm.
Make a stealth check.
Oh, God.
You are yelling to Tazzle while right up on this thing's chest.
God fucking damn it. Please? Okay.
Alright, well, even though you are yelling, this thing is very far asleep right now. It does not... It will take some significant physical trauma to wake it up.
Okay, good. Tazzle, I will do it more quietly now. Tazzle. Put your fucking Pokemon away. For Chloe. Grab the fucking rope.
Alright, I guess I'll put them all away.
Chloe apparently can stay out. She can just fly up over the...
bad idea.
She can just fly over the top. This is a bad idea.
Alright.
The bad ideas are the fucking best ideas, okay?
I guess I'll send him a little bit...
I set Soul ahead, so...
Alright. What? I'm putting them all away, or want me to send them back to the entrance? Like down here?
No, I'm saying put them in the Pokeballs, because we're going over, but...
But they won't make it through this method.
Yeah, so you have to put them in their Pokeballs. So that way they can make them over.
No.
No, he keeps his bonus.
It's a bonding bonus. You have to refresh the token, though.
Oh no, my life is over. I have to do work. Right,
you just had to add 10 health. What are you gonna do?
Okay, don't forget. I have a limp, and you're making me go in front.
No, you're going behind.
Boy, I'm just having you hold the rope, and we're gonna get pulled by some mole creatures.
So this, let me diagram what has happened here. You have lassoed this Diglett, and there is a rope, something like this.
Yes.
Okay, I kinda got it.
So you would actually be like here, Tazzle.
And we're gonna play tug of war.
So here's how this is gonna work. When you give the go-ahead to the Diglett, he's gonna have to make a strength check. And there are two of you on this rope.
I'm just nervous.
He goes, and he just does not move.
We'll just do me then, and if it works, we'll do Tazzle after. Because I'm on top of the fucking creature right now.
Dig a little bit of a hole to get him to start rolling.
Why the fuck do you want him to start rolling? I'm on top of him.
Or
if he rolls, he's gonna crush me.
Or he can sink a little bit in a like how we just slightly, like if you were to just dig a hole and have something to roll.
Try to knock him into a sinkhole.
Yeah.
You can try to convince the Diglets to do whatever you want.
Ooh. Hunter, can you roll a strength check for just me then? Just real quick. And if that doesn't work, we'll go with Tazzle's idea.
Let's find out. He looks back to like,
okay. Tazzle, we're going with your plan. You better hope it works, bud, because I'm not fucking moving.
Because we're just trying to get him to move to the end of this open area so we can move, right?
No, we have to go to the other side of the cave.
He's basically trying to get around it.
Yeah.
Isn't, if Diglet's pulling, he's pulling him this way.
Correct? No, he's pulling on the rope.
Right.
The Diglett can't move Kennedy, let alone the Snorlax. I don't think you guys possess a Pokemon strong enough to forcibly move Snorlax.
That's what I'm wondering. That's what I'm thinking.
We don't have an army of Rhyhorns right now, not like our friend does.
I mean, yeah, even they're doing gonna do it. I mean, I could.
Do you want to see if they can try and put him under a sinkhole?
I could. Could I?
You're not. Wake him up.
I'm going to need you to make some sort of check. How are you going to go about convincing them? Noting that only 3 of them are currently free, as one of them is Lasso.
We'll give you food.
Like a load.
Can I try to point to him and tell him to help him or do something? Let's figure
or
out.
be like, you got a big brother that can pull us over, or can you silently?
Just trying to use him as a fucking table to just get pulled across the.
Well, you got a fucking better idea.
I love it.
You have yours in a sinkhole, which will probably wake him up automatically.
Who knows? Hopefully it'd just be like he's rolling over in bed. It's fine.
While you two consider your current conundrum and come up with a strategy, let's talk to the 2 people in the lab for a moment. All right, you two. Zubat Boy, having just gained a new friend of considerable strength.
Speaking of nature and gender.
I think, is their gender even better? Do they have a gender?
Yes. Androgynous.
They do actually have a gender. Huh. They are gendered.
The more you know.
This is a boy. I guess he ate like a fucking bad dragon or something, and now he's a boy.
Ugh. Now the disgusting part is, what does a Grimer's penis look like?
Maybe it's internal and they have to merge.
I like to. They have to merge. I like that theory. They just the 2 Grimers. When 2 Grimers love each other very much, they become one androgynous pile of goo, and a baby Grimer pops out.
Oh God!
Sounds legit.
Into one another.
Oh Jesus. That's
like
disgusting.
You know, after you cook like something really greasy and it solidifies, it's like smushing that together and then fucking watching a third piece come out.
Oh shit! I have to change his token. He ended up being Hardy.
Hardy is
+1 AC, -2 Dex.
+1 AC, -2 Dex.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
You become harder to hit, but slow as fuck.
I mean, Dex kind of sucks anyway, so.
His Dex
I was gonna say it's a Grimer. Like
he's actually Grimers are very cool. It's poison types in general are kind of cool because they use their Constitution as their attack modifier, which is really interesting.
Yeah, and they move at blazing
Constitution or Strength usually. Yeah.
If I traded you my Ekans, you'd become Jesse and James all in one.
Oh my God!
You are now a they.
You are now a they.
Prepare for trouble. Make it Uno.
Oh my God! New lore: Zubat Boy is the son of Jesse and James.
Oh my God!
I identify as a rocket.
That's a ship and a half. But that would imply that Jesse and James died to a Voltorb explosion based on his current.
They're stupid enough that fits.
I identify as a rocket.
I identify as
The rocket.
a
Meowscud with
Identify
the
as an Apache attack helicopter.
And
With-
actually Team Rocket, the last one.
There,
With that
Professor
sort
Ray, took
with
that
that sort of-
Grimer off your hands for you.
Yeah, so this is Professor Rosewood. He's like, oh, yeah, that was disturbing. He ate a Pokeball. I'm not sure what the implications of that are. But thank you. Feel free to take him. I'm happy to see him in a home, not murdered. But goodness, he's been
you
a
and
thorn.
Klein.
May he serve you. May he serve you well. Note that he does not consume food. He consumes refuse. So your food requirements for him are a little different.
Should be easier.
He's very
How's
good at
Harambe doing there?
just popping in and out of existence randomly.
My Mankey's going to be Harambe Jr.
No
Oh
shit.
Jesus!
I hope so.
Oh Jesus!
One big happy family.
Anyway, the professor is going to be like, "Well, I'm afraid I do not have much else to show you at this point. That is really all there is to my lab. It's an on-site excavation laboratory where we're working on fossil revitalization. I'm responsible for getting the fossils into a workable shape and or mold, and then other places in the lab are responsible for the actual revitalization."
So I guess my last question would be, do you know where I could go to find more fossils?
Sorta, yeah. I mean, there's never a guarantee anywhere, but I mean, Orboro City Mine has shown the propensity to have fossils in it. That is why this laboratory exists here, actually. So if you took a day pass down into Orboro City Mine and did some digging, you might get lucky. Otherwise, I don't know where else to tell you to look.
Okay, because
They tend to exist in very old rock. That's the gist of it.
the only other thing I'm looking to find, and maybe you have a lead on it, I'm looking to find a fossil type that has the capability to fly, because that's really what my team is missing at this point, is something that has flight.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they're not. Those are few and far between, I'm afraid. Ancient creatures that could fly. There is some science behind it, but it's not really that big. Ancient creatures that could fly fossilize in different places a little, because they will have died in different places. I only know of one successfully revitalized flying ancient creature, and frankly, no, not any offense to you, just based on the team you've presented to me, I don't think you would be ready for it.
All right. Well, I'll definitely work on getting there and see what I can
If you
find.
really want to pursue that, there is actually one individual who is better to talk to than even myself. Because the only one I know who successfully controls one of these is actually our local gym leader. It's not part of his gym team, so I can tell you that. He just has it on his back. He travels with it. So if you manage to get to him in Orboro City Gym, then I'm sure he'd be happy to talk to you about it.
All right. Well, I'm going to take this little guy out and see what we can do with him.
All right. Head on out.
Yes, we saw.
Oh, I see what you named him. Fantastic. That's great. That's
Jesus
great, honey.
Christ.
What's wrong with Coom?
What the
Coom.
fuck?
It's just muck backwards.
Yeah.
It is.
Okay. All right. Well, you and your cumin spice rack over there are going to are going to head on out of the lab at Professor Rosewood's request.
Professionalism at its finest.
Indeed.
He's like, get your Jizik out of here.
I mean, my trainer's a teenager. Like, what do you expect?
Oh, man.
Oh, God.
Was it a male or a female again?
Male.
Boy.
Male.
Goody. Perfect.
Oh, God. Alright, we're leaving this place. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Solve another conundrum for a moment. So, you guys have had lots of time to debate and think about your current conundrum. Starting with you, Kennedy, what's your plan of action?
Fucking, I've been doing all the thinking. I wanted to see what Tazzle wanted to do.
Tazzle, what's your plan of action?
Let's drop this bum in the hole.
Oh God, I'm gonna die.
Let's roll him over in bed. Here we go.
So how are you going to convince the Diglets to do such a thing?
I will send Chloe to fly over the Snorlax. Oh, I got the wrong thing. That's Selectiotoad.
I was going to say, she doesn't really need to measure her distance when we're not in combat.
Right.
So
yeah, I want her to kind of show him where she kind of. I guess she'll do like a little bit of pecking and show him like an area and kind of try to basically show him where she wants us to have him dig through this section right here.
Are you trying to lower him so that way he goes down into like a pit?
A little one, yeah. Kind of let him.
Yeah. Okay.
Sink a little bit more.
a dip. Trying to make a dip. Okay,
You
well, you got
better
Chloe on
fucking hope he doesn't hyper beam me in the face.
Oh, out of
Tazzle's not
Morgan-
listening.
Beating you in the face. I guess I'll tell you to get down.
How the fuck am I gonna do that?
The other side.
out of morbid. That's what she was trying to do with the Diglett. Out of morbid curiosity here.
I'm fucking stuck.
Just for fun, I'm going to fudge one of his rolls and see how much damage you'll take if you do get hyper beamed.
Fucking Christ.
God.
Why would you do that to me? 38 days.
Non-fatal, but certainly ouchy.
Good God. 4d12.
Hunter, are there any stalactites or stalagmites in this cave?
Where you would be impaled. Now, this is a fairly smooth cave. It's not been around long enough. It's man-made. It's not been around long enough. It's just a tunnel, so people didn't have to keep going around the mountain.
God fucking damn it.
I will also, I guess I could toss Nickelback on the other. I don't know how I would actually toss him to the other side would my Pokeball come back to me? Or smack Snorlax in the
I
face?
guess I can do a strength check and see if I can pull myself
Using the Diglett as
as an anchor.
an anchor. All right, you can certainly try that, and I'm going to try one for the Diglett too to see if he stays put.
Nope. I fail anyway. It doesn't matter.
Let's find out if you accidentally pull the Diglett up to you.
We finally get to see what's underneath the ground for a Diglett.
Okay, he manages to hold steady, but you do not manage to pull yourself off the top. You make like a few inches of progress, but you realize that although the Snorlax is covered in like fur, it is this thick, matted fur that does not slide well. You probably have some leftover something rubbed into your clothes right now.
That's disgusting, but okay.
Find something interesting underneath him. Just stick it out of the way.
Maybe. But Tazzle, how are you going to go about
How are you going to do that? I'm on top of the fucking
I'm gonna keep
Snorlax.
rolling him over in bed.
What do you mean rolling him over? You mean like digging out the ground slowly underneath him?
Yeah.
You're not rolling him over.
No,
You're
we're just gonna
sinking him into a pit.
Well, we're not gonna do it directly underneath. We're not gonna do it underneath him, so he just sinks. We're gonna do it on his side here. So
Well, how are you gonna get over? I would say dig directly underneath him.
Chloe's trying to direct him by pecking at the ground, showing him how to. I could throw. I guess I can throw.
Make a performance check.
Nickelback to the other side. By throwing him.
Hey.
I don't want
You can make a dexterity saving. Just make a dexterity check, not a saving throw. Make a dexterity check to see if you can get your Pokeball through the gap successfully.
While he's doing that, Hunter, do I have enough arm space to take out my other Pokemon that I had in the Pokeballs?
You do.
Okay. We'll just take that.
Like I said, imagine your situation as you are moving around on a bunk bed that was moved too far up. You've got a good 2 feet above you, but that's about it.
14.
Okay, so I'm gonna direct it so that Firebolt places
Oh god, it's
the
so crowded
rope over Dave. Is like Dave's horse. That's not
Okay,
really
you're gonna-
torso.
We're gonna tell him to take the rope and
Off
move
the
it off of the
Diglett.
Diglett. All right, so let's see.
We're gonna
Clear
put it
the-
on Dave.
Clear the rope, and the Diglett, squirt over to the thing. Now that he's free. All right, Dave is gonna get all roped up here. We'll draw a rope around Dave, and then. All
We're
right,
gonna try this big thing again.
make a strength
Aha!
check. Make a strength check from Dave too.
I know. Find Dave. Give me one shape. This is also
And
Plus
Townsville, you're
three.
trying to make Chloe convince the Diglets to do something, right?
Yeah, to dig, and I rolled a 14 to try to get.
That was her. Okay, you rolled it as Townsville. That's why I was confused. So Chloe made a performance check.
okay.
Oh, that
Dave
was
stayed
supposed to be
still.
the Pokemon throw for the Pokeball.
Oh, okay. That was your dexterity throw. All right, yeah, you succeeded in getting Nickel back. He just pops out on the other side. He's like, "Whoa, where the fuck am I?"
Like that?
It is very crowded on that side of Snorlax. He has very little room to move around. It's like, I'm trapped.
So we can try, if we want, we can try doing the pulling first, and then if that doesn't work.
Hold on, Hunter. Did I pull myself successfully over?
Successfully all the way off? No. You have pulled yourself to the edge of the Snorlax.
Okay.
You are now you're off his belly and onto his shoulder.
Okay.
Well,
Then I try
more like
to
your-
shimmy myself down.
You can
shimmy.
try.
What do I roll for that?
To shimmy.
To shimmy,
Athletics,
shimmy.
I guess. You basically have to bear crawl your way off the top of him.
Athletics, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's why I was trying to lower it, so you'd have an easier chance going over him.
Well, you're gonna have to do this next month.
You're still gonna have to figure out how to get over.
Well, that's why I was trying to.
23!
Well, you managed to, Kendra, because of how crowded the tunnel is and where you're gonna have to come off of the Snorlax.
I'll pull
I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Chloe, stop whining, baby. I'm not feeding you anymore. You're good enough.
Do. Constitution saving throw.
Is that plus my proficiency, or is it just...
If you're
Normal.
proficient in Constitution saving throws, it will be.
So am I doing it, or am I just doing the normal now?
Are you proficient in Constitution saving throws?
Yeah.
Then yeah, so it's your Constitution plus proficiency.
Okay.
Oh,
50.
right. Okay, you managed to avoid getting gutted on this thing's toenail as you get down.
Okay. So...
You have gotten around the Snorlax. You are behind its foot. You can't really see Tazzle very well anymore.
oh shit. Dave will hover over fucking
All right, Dave
Nickel
is
for a second.
hovering on top of Nickel right now, who has the little plant on his back.
So
This reminds me of
give me a
the
second.
Jurassic
Give me a second.
World, where the T-Rex is sleeping in it, and they're trying to sneak around the T-Rex's face.
That is Jurassic
Tazzle,
World.
you are now all alone on that side of the Snorlax.
Okay. I will now direct the Tiglet by taking some more of the oran berries, going over to the Diglets and be like, I will give you more food, but you have to slowly dig out underneath the Snorlax, inch by inch.
That's
Persuasion.
basically what I was.
Persuasion.
Here, Chloe, you have this, baby.
What is my persuasion?
Basil, are you still going to pursue the Chloe to direct them as well?
Yeah. No wonder.
That is not enough.
Right. So what are you going to tell Chloe to do?
I was gonna have her peck at the ground or do some kind of like not
Scratching with her feet.
kind of like
Well, Chloe, this is a great time for a performance check from Chloe.
Yeah, Chloe. Performance. You're the best at that, I guess. I don't know really. Let's see. She's got a +1.
We're gonna find out.
That's correct.
Because Kendra, as you offer it some more berries, like, I'll give you this if you do this. It's like, take a look. And it just makes a hole in the wall next to it.
That's not bad. All right. Here we go. +2.
So, just to switch that up a little bit and tell them really what I'm doing, I'm gonna go over quietly I'm just gonna go over to the Snorlax and start digging, be like this. Tell them, be like, do this.
Chloe,
Underneath.
Chloe, you make this line of pecks, like tick, 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 like a woodpecker in the dirt, and you make a little line to try and demonstrate what you want them to do. And the Diglets just like start bobbing up and down out of their holes, like, look at that! Very impressed with your digging.
Goody. I think that's
Basil, put yourself in a Pokeball. Throw
Oh,
yourself over.
Morbid. Don't go there.
Throw yourself over.
Don't go there.
my secret is I can do this. It's actually my floating device.
Tickle bug. Tickle bug. One of you gets pissed off and just yoinks the Diglett out of its hole.
Pokeball.
Its body just keeps going.
Like a long boy. Tickle a bug.
Okay. So yeah, with what I showed them, Hunter, is that also persuasion, where I just like start making gestures with my hands and start digging?
Performance.
Is that performance?
Yeah. You were trying to get them to copy you.
15. Is that
Okay.
enough?
It is enough for them to understand what you want them to do, and one of them will come over, and right where you're digging, it'll pop up underneath you. Like, and there's now a big hole right where you're digging. Tickle a bug.
Having seen Chloe do that, I'm going to have Nickelback do the same thing with Metal Claw.
Okay.
If it can.
Once again, you scratch at the ground. As you scratch at that spot in the ground, another one of the Diglets go and just pop up right where you're digging. Just tickle a bug. And there's a big ass hole right there.
Goody.
So you guys have succeeded in making a Diglett-sized hole here, and like roughly there.
A little far away, but all right. Still making progress. Keep it.
So now that you have the precedent set, how do you want to convince them to make that an official thing?
I'm gonna go over to the Diglett that made the hole here, and I'm gonna like take my foot or my shovel, and I'm just gonna draw a deep line in the dirt and be like, yes, so continue it this way. Just like go forward.
So Chloe
Can Chloe go to
gets right the hell out of the way.
Well, yeah, I will do it.
As this thing just suddenly just pops up. The third Diglett will see you doing this and go, "Look."
No. Yeah.
You guys have a 3-hole line now along this thing's side.
God damn it. Hunter, where are the holes that they created over here?
In the wall.
In the wall. Where are the holes?
Just arbitrarily strewn about.
Yeah,
Not
they
difficult
made
to
them
locate.
earlier. They made them earlier.
They did, but I did not specifically pay attention to where they put them, so I'm gonna say they're just arbitrarily strewn about on the wall.
God damn it.
Like you'd have like here, one popped out here, one popped out here. They were all popping out over in the walls. So in these places.
Ooh. Oh, okay.
She's very.
What do roll to throw something?
It depends. Are you throwing something or throwing something at something else?
I am throwing the unripe oranberries to the other side of the Snorlax.
At me?
Honestly, you don't even need to roll. They're just little berries. They're not heavy, and you're not trying to hit anything in particular. So Tazl,
I'm just trying to get them to dig to the other side, so that way it creates this thing, and the tunnels will collapse that way.
You're trying to get them to go and dig over to that side?
Yeah, so if, say, like, I'm here, my goal is to throw the berries over here, so that way the Diglets pop up here, and thus creating tunnels underneath the Snorlax, causing the Snorlax to go down.
So, Tazl, since you have been quite quiet, what are you up to while all these creatures on the other side of the Snorlax unseen to you are doing things?
I'm trying to whisper orders across this big-ass thing. Big Snorlax.
Yeah, what have you been saying?
Other than trying to get Chloe to do things in Nickelback.
You're trying to get them to do things that you can't see to verify whether or not they did.
Yeah, I'm like trying to somehow
Hey, match.
like kind of do this, I guess. Or if none of it works, just assist Kendra. I can't see shit.
Bitch, you think I know what I'm doing?
Remember,
fucking
you gotta throw the
trying
berries, and the Snorlax grabs them out of the air and eats them, and then just goes back to sleep.
I will be fucking livid.
My interpretation
I'm trying really hard not to.
My interpretation is that they are not ripe, and they are not enough food for him to be interested. And they're not even like interesting enough for the Diglets to really go after them. They're just more curious than they are like actually interested in eating them.
Like, ooh, toy!
So Tazl, you will see this rain of the remaining, and I will say at this point you have used up all of the berries that you picked. You see this rain of the remaining little purplish berries just come flying over the top of the Snorlax like buckshot. And you hear this rumbling as the Diglets all pursue, like chasing a ball, like dogs chasing a ball. They start pursuing, and they start popping up. Take a look. Take a look. Take a look.
Back up! Back up! Back up!
You will hear this enormous rumbling. And as soon as the Diglets realize what they've done, and they'll just go underground, just pop out of sight. The Snorlax, his weight collapses the Diglett tunnels underneath of him, and he just falls a good 3 feet. Just crash. It is the sound of like almost a bomb going off as he falls a good 3 or 4 feet just down into the earth. So there's now a human-sized gap above him. Luckily for you, he still didn't wake up.
Oh my god!
Perfection Snorlax.
Okay, I'm gonna take my rope, throw it over, and then once again tie the lasso bit around Dave.
I mean, there is a human-sized gap on. You just have to carefully walk over the top of him at this point.
I'm sorry, I don't know how wide a fucking Snorlax is.
I mean, he was wide enough to plug up a tunnel that's 15 feet wide, so.
It went down 3 feet, so.
So you had like a 2 or 3 foot gap, and he went down 2 or 3 feet. So it's now like a proper like 6 foot tunnel. He is the floor.
Okay, Tazl, very carefully walk across.
Oh god. Right.
I'm gonna send Dave over so you can balance on Dave.
All right, Dave just floats his way over the top, undisturbing of the Snorlax.
Just balance on Dave on your way over.
Alright, I'll try this. Is this gonna be a dex?
Yeah, this is definitely dexterity. See if you can maintain yourself here.
Do I get... I don't want to add this, but I get disadvantage, don't I?
No, because Dave is supporting you.
That is cool, but...
Big brain move. Big brain move.
Tazl's like, in regular D&D I would, because the floor is moving. And he's like,
You have this like essentially what you have, you can almost treat Dave like this. He's like an anchor, right? So he is heavy and he is heavy enough and levitates strongly enough that you pressing on him for stability will not sink him. So you can treat him like he's like a mobile safety railing, unless you like put your entire body weight on him, and then he will start to sink.
Okay.
So while the Snorlax is difficult terrain, you have sort of a support.
Awesome.
Hence the reason I said Dave over. Because I know he can lift a human.
He can, but he can't move very well with a human on him.
Correct. So let's throw that dex.
I'm waiting for it. Chloe rolled it, but all right. Yeah, Tazzle, you manage to walk across this thing, even though it's breathing and its stomach is heaving up and down.
Thank the fucking gods.
Tazzle, make me a stealth check.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Still is. Yeah, it's still 1. Okay. Yay for advanced roller.
It's such a thing.
14 now.
So you rolled a 14. All right. The Snorlax shows signs of being disturbed. He has not been jerked awake, but you get the impression that he is no longer sleeping deeply.
Yeah, now. Kendra's just gonna whisper over to him and be like, now's the time, we just leave. We just go! Go!
Yeah, once you make it to the side, we'll just continue in and leave it alone.
Goodbye, Mr. Snorlax. We will never see you again, hopefully.
You hear this groaning as he starts to like stretch out and wake up. He's like, he properly so as he properly wakes up, he's like, he turns around and he sees all of you. He's like, oh, he gives you away.
I thought I heard him fucking gonna die.
Gives you a wave of hyper beam.
He sees you guys walking away. He's like, oh. And he just immediately falls back asleep.
I legit stopped breathing for like a fucking minute there. When you said he woke up fully, I was like, oh, great.
Well, you made the right call by getting away from him. He does not disturb things that are near him. Although, worth noting, as he sort of leans up from the little hole he's in, he's like, oh. It's not comfortable anymore, so he's gonna roll himself out of it, and now he's no longer down in that hole. And he just falls asleep out. He just rolls down and falls asleep out of the hole, but still blocking the tunnel. As he goes to roll over here, can the two of you make a perception check for me?
Mm-hmm.
He murders you both in your sleep.
So that's gonna be.
While he's sleeping, he murders us. He thinks he's dreaming.
19.
19. All right.
19. 9 plus 10.
And you both rolled 19 through very different means. All right. You both will notice that there's this strange little rock that you just kind of walked by, and as the Snorlax rolls over, it sort of gets like stuck under him. He's like, he reaches up one of his big hands. He goes, and he just obliterates this Geodude into pieces.
Man, what's the hate against Geodudes?
Geodudes are just getting.
I'm like, I think you have a fetish for murdering Geodudes.
They're literally just rocks. They're very easy to pick on.
Like, oh, poor Geodude. Geodude, no!
Geodudes are just getting ethnic cleansed.
It was making an uncomfortable bed, so he just smashed it to pieces.
What the fuck?
Snorlax killing them. They're Diglets.
Super racist Pokemon.
Hey, Hunter, just because I'm curious.
Yeah.
Hold on. I will ask this question. What level is a Snorlax?
Hey, you succeeded. You get the impression this is the strongest creature you have ever come across. If you had to guess, he was probably around level 10.
Oh, Jesus!
Imagine that XP farm.
Yeah, if you could beat him.
Oh, we absolutely could beat him.
Oh, let me do a calculation for you here. Let's see how much XP he's worth on my chart. You get this number.
Don't tell me. Don't tell me actually, because I don't want to be tempted. Tell me after.
Well, I'll tell you. I'll at least tell Heinrich because he can know. If you beat him, this is a big if. If you could beat him, which is a big if. If you could beat him, he is worth 15,000 XP.
Oh my god!
Juicy.
We're not gonna win, but goddamn. We'll come back at a later date. We'll come back at a later
I'm
date.
gonna bring Crawdon, Atticus.
Which is
Go fuck some shit up.
which is worth an entire level on every Pokemon you currently have out.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
It's actually worth 2 levels on your lower level members. Anyway, so not to tempt you or anything. Not to tempt you or anything, but
You're not gonna do it, or at least I'm not.
To be fair, I literally have Pokemon types that he's weak against.
he is weak again. It's exactly one thing.
He's normal. He's,
That is fighting.
Yeah.
he's just straight normal. I don't know.
It's
Yeah.
straight normal. Yep.
I don't have any. I don't have any fighting types right now.
Powerful
So
normal type ever.
He is weak to
Next to
normal, and
Kangaskhan.
that is it. No, say he's weak to fighting, and that is the only weakness he has.
No
Yep.
shit.
Quite a few Pokemon have fighting moves, though.
Chloe,
So.
rock smash.
They do,
No.
I know my Elekid does.
but very few Pokemon can take a level 10 body slam or Snorlax multiple times.
Chloe would be able
Hey,
to
you just gotta
use
group
rock
up on
smash
him.
10 times. That's all we get.
and when you group up on him, that's when he does an 80-foot, 5-foot fucking hyper beam and kills everyone.
Oh god.
Now, did you get some on the backside? Over
Oh
here.
yes, Rachel, we'll go through the whole bullshit that we just went through to get Pokemon back on the other side.
Too bad we're not the. We're at least we're not the team that's just like, get this bitch out of the way, attack him.
But you would have regretted that. The other group actually did.
He
I don't know if I told you this, guys. I don't know if I told you this, but the other group did do battle with the Snorlax. So it was fun.
And
you
What
did
if
tell
they-
us that.
One of them ended up making death saves.
Yeah, but they beat him.
They did beat him.
I would like to think that we have a more powerful team than they do.
Well,
They have. Well, you'd be surprised.
we will see.
There's only 3 trainers versus 4.
Which is why all of the time they spend during their combats gets done quicker. They do more fights.
Yes.
All of the Diglets at this point will pop up a couple feet behind you guys. Diglett, ah!
Kendra's gonna go over, pat one of them on the head, be like, "Thank you."
Well, that's the biggest mistake you've ever made.
As you touch him on the head, can you make animal handling?
Yes. He's gonna bite me.
No, they fall in love with you like they did
No,
with
he
me.
won't bite. He won't bite you. He'll just chase you down.
Jeez, me down.
As you pet him on the head, he accepts your affection and he returns affection in the way that Diglets do to each other, and he hawks a mud slap at you for 3 damage. Look at
For fuck's sake.
And as the other 3 see him do that, they're like, "Oh, friendly! Look at that!" And they all hawk a mud slap at you for a total of 10 more damage.
Man.
Did you just say 10 damage?
Mm-hmm.
Is that
That's
including or
This is
including the
happening.
3?
That is with the other 3, so it's 13 total.
Fuck's sake.
All
Now
4
you're
of them
done.
have hawked a mud slap at you, and you are just covered in dirt and soil that has been moistened in a way you don't want to think about.
Ugh.
And
They're poo.
it's poop. And,
They're poo.
It's normal.
as,
I've been
As
covered in
all-
worse.
as all of these Diglets are now very happy, you see behind them a little bit, Doug.
No.
Mud slap from that. Mud slap from that.
No. Kendra's just gonna wipe the dirt and mud out of her eyes.
Oh, you're insulting them now.
Can I?
Doug.
Well, I'm fucking blind, so.
Actually,
Yeah.
the check won't help her. I don't really.
There's not much you can. I mean, you can help. You can help wipe the mud off, but the blunt force trauma of being slapped with mud at high speed is kind of done.
It's not gonna.
My fucking eyes.
No.
Fuck yeah,
Well, now that you guys have made it past the Snorlax and now have to deal with the Diglets that you've been playing with, we're going to give you a minute to think about that as we
I
pop
walk
back over.
and I'm like, I walk over to her and I hold out a Percocet.
No.
Thank you.
Right, you stole the bottle. You stole the bottle.
They gave me
Hunter,
the
how
bottle 'cause they
much
didn't know
health?
how long this would last. That's just
Yeah,
how
they
it
get
was.
you
Hunter, how much health do I get from eating the Percocet?
You don't get health from Percocet. You get worse.
you don't,
For
you
me,
don't get
it's
health.
better.
You don't get health. You get +2 AC for the temporary until it kills you. All right. And I feel no pain until tomorrow.
You're drowsy as fuck.
I'm
Oh,
like,
dear.
me just slashing at people.
All right, back to Heinrich. What do you want to do, buddy? You've been chipping away at the wall.
Well, you never told me what my thermosense did.
Because you don't have thermal sense.
Percocet.
We went over this.
40-foot tremor sense is what I'm looking at.
Tremor sense.
Your tremor sense is going to allow Rocksteady to identify where in the wall there are things that are not regular wall. He can tell. It's like a gradient. He can tell when something in the wall is not wall. He can not super tell what it is, just that it is not like everything else around it.
So where is he going to point me?
He's going to tell you. I will make a circle here. He's going to look straight ahead from himself and say, if you dig a couple feet into the wall right here, there's something weird.
Okay, well, let's dig towards that.
So make me a strength check at advantage, knowing where you're going and with some help. He's like, right there. There's something weird. It's strange.
Something strange in your neighborhood.
Who you gonna kill?
Worth noting
Pirates,
that
gravel.
Zubat boy.
it is worth,
Rocksteady.
while you make your strength check, it is worth noting that Mr. Cum over there has turned a sooty, grainy consistency as he has finished consuming this pile of ash.
Ooh, nat 20!
Shit.
By the way, what was Grimer's hidden ability?
He doesn't have his hidden ability, but he has poison touch.
Oh, cool.
If you melee him, there is a D10 chance that he poisons you. Don't touch the teeth.
Alright, what's
Don't
this nat
touch the
20 get me?
teeth. His
So-
teeth are made of chauffeur.
To discover what it is you have found, Heinrich, because you're going to get to it on this turn with a roll that good, roll me a D20. Flat. Nothing but. Not bad. As you break into this section of the wall, you see this jagged, translucent structure that looks nothing like the rock around it, and it glimmers in this sort of deep red shade.
Ooh. Hunter,
Yes.
if this is a fossil, do you want us each to roll? Because Heinrich got a nat 20.
It's not a
Do you want
fossil.
us
No,
each-
he got a nat 20 to successfully excavate it without destroying it.
I'm pretty
Ah!
sure this is a stone of some kind.
I was going to say, if that counted for a fossil, do you want us to roll a 100 for it to see if it was a shiny or not? But never mind. We'll try to be nice. Try to help.
I understand what you were talking about. If it is not a fossil, but if someone does manage to excavate a fossil, I will have you do that.
I will have
If they get another
Rocksteady
20.
help me pull this thing out. Carefully.
Sure. You guys carefully excavate around this thing, and what you're left with is a chunk of rock, kind of the size of your hand, with little red glistens embedded in it.
It's like a firestone.
So I will put that in my pack, and I will ask Rocksteady if he sees anything else with his tremor sense that would be worth going after.
Ooh. I did a secret roll to determine what that, some stuff about that thing you just dug up. All right, so have him make a perception check. He is perceiving with his tremor sense.
little colder.
What are you gonna do about this? Is you hear a very randomly timed like thud as Rocksteady hits the wall, and you can hear Heinrich clamber over to get the pickaxe in there and pang away at the rock that has been loosened.
Then Grimlock comes out with like mouthfuls of stone and drops them on the ground.
What are you up to, Zubat boy?
Hey, Heinrich. I found a wall and it's like leaking poison gas.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah, I figured I should stay away from it.
Yeah,
First smart thing you've ever done.
I'll pull the rock out of my pack. I'll be like, hey, me and Rocksteady found this a couple minutes ago.
Oh, that's a bad move there, bud. That's a bad move.
Why?
Here comes the thief.
He's the thief.
Kidding.
I haven't stolen anything.
He's not gonna steal it right out of my hands.
Yeah.
Not yet. He's not.
Plus, I mean, do people really want to go down that route where you start to allow like PvP against each other?
I mean,
PvP against each other has always been allowed.
Oh, okay. Well, I will warn you, as a veteran D&D player, I know all of the exploits on how to kill your character while you're sleeping. So if you fuck with me, you're probably gonna die.
Oh, well, thank God.
There are lots of.
do it like that.
To be honest, if Zubat Boy wanted any of you dead, he would just send coughing into your room at night, and that's the end of you.
This is true.
They'll just die with like carbon monoxide poisoning.
Or now he can just send Coom and have him absorb
You
you.
can just send Coom and just have him envelop your face.
Oh God.
What a way to go!
One of the things I really want to do with Zubat Boy is I want to have your coughing spray like his toxic gas, and then I want to light it on fire with Abraxas.
It's like lighting a fart on fire.
We just create bombs everywhere we go.
It's all fun and games until coughing rolls bad and he explodes from the inside.
Oh no.
We can catch another one.
Get it. Come on.
Coughing bombs. Anyway, I tell Zubat Boy about the stone. I put it back in my pack, and then I'm like, now Rocksteady and I are heading towards this other thing that he's found in the wall here, because he keeps pointing at things in the wall that are different than the rest of the wall.
Any
on the flip
comments
side,
on
I
that?
really wish that I had brought my other Rhyhorn and my Diglett, because this would have made a lot more sense.
Indeed.
If I had my other Pokemon, it would be like no trouble at all. We'd be there and back again.
Poppy.
So, Zubat Boy, is there any input you have on this? You're just going to stay away from the poison wall and just watch Heinrich work?
Sure, I'll just watch.
Well, all right then. Heinrich, I need you to make me a strength save to see if we're going to get there quickly or if this is going to take you a little while longer.
Let's say yes.
Cool.
There's another nat 20.
You guys are working at a pretty good tilt. You managed to get to the thing and get to it without totally destroying it in the process of getting into the rhythm of breaking things. So Rocksteady will kind of stop his remming and just give you like a little.
I'm going to climb over and be like, Rocksteady, you are such a great boy, and if we can sell any of this stuff for a lot of money, I'm going to buy you something special, my dude.
I'm imagining, by the way, that being buried alive would suck so much more for Rocksteady than you, because you would just die. He would just be trapped.
I'd have Grimlock dig him out.
You'd be dead. It wouldn't
Grimlock
kill him. He'd just be stuck.
Grimlock would want to get to me, so he would dig me out
You
to
would
find
just
my
hear.
corpse.
You would just hear muffled screaming from the rocks.
Oh, he'd be like, help! Help! And Grimlock would be like, oh, I got you, buddy. And he'd start digging. He'd be like, chomp, chomp, stomp, stomp, chomp, chomp, stomp, stomp.
So you've managed to excavate this next thing without destroying it. Similar to last time, roll me a d20 to see what it is you have dug.
Duck. Duck.
Ooh. You once again see a glistening geometric structure protruding out of the wall.
All right, we'll pull that out of the wall too.
She just
And,
wants to go.
And as you manage to excavate this without breaking it, let's pop back over to you guys. Kendra and Kazel, you have been accosted by a group of Diglets. Kendra, you've been literally assaulted by them.
Firebolt's just kind of. Firebolt's upset, but he's also snickering. He's like, now you know how it feels.
Now you know what it feels like, yes.
Full of bugs.
I'm gonna kneel down to the one in front of me, be like, okay, that was kind of funny. Please don't do that again. You guys are very talented. We could use someone of your prowess on our team
Look,
to
Doug.
go on some adventures. You interested? We could dig tunnels to fight some people.
Take a tunnel, take a tunnel.
Shut up, Hunter.
That's his whole thing. It's what he does. Take a tunnel, take a tunnel.
But yeah, do you want to join or not?
Doug. Doug. Doug.
That's medical.
That's all you're getting from them. Doug.
I'm gonna take out a poke. I just want one. I don't want to take the whole fucking family.
I don't have any ground types, man. Like this. I have like.
I'm gonna take out a Pokeball and I'm gonna poke it in the forehead.
I actually don't have any Pokeballs, so I can't even do that if I wanted to.
Let's see here. The catch
16.
is
Stock, what, 18?
that did actually.
No fucking way.
You're making me do the math. It's you did it, but just.
No fucking way. You're like, okay.
It was a 15 to catch.
Jesus, I booped his snoot and he said yes.
You booted his snoot. He fought you slightly, but not enough to actually escape.
He's too busy laughing.
He
He,
was-
mud slap.
He was hesitant. He's like, oh. You can hear faintly as he gets deatomized the sound of
He's gonna mud slap you every time he comes to the Pokeball.
Fucking
mother,
She doesn't know my long life plan now.
you bastard!
I just made it slightly as if I wanted to get out, but I wanted to torture her.
All right, so that one just freaking gone. Your Pokeballs ask you again. Are you sure who you getting rid of?
I'm gonna send off the Diglett for now.
Rude.
Don't we want to get out of here? He just blocked us in.
They see their brother get deatomized, and all of the Diglets like they just crowd around the hole that he was in.
Tassel, I think we need to go now.
And the big one is going to. They're going to trade places. The big one will pop up in front of you. Doug.
Oh no. Tassel.
I turn around and say, look behind us.
Doug.
Look what's in the way.
Doug. Rock in a hard place.
How do you want to get out of here? Because he got up and rolled back into the other.
He did. He rolled back into the way.
I was hoping your Diglett would help us, but
So I'm gonna take
do you have
some
an extra Pokeball?
ration. I do. I can give you a Pokeball.
Doug.
All right.
So I will give Tassel a Pokeball. and I
Waiting
will
for one of you to
support
try to
him.
catch the fucking Doug trio.
Well, that's what I'm gonna do.
Are you serious? I'm supporting you on this. Use a great ball if you have one.
I don't have any. I used the last one with my little ball, remember?
Oh shit! Well, I give you another. I give you a normal Pokemon,
Are you saying
and
or
I give.
1 or 2.
He said
I bet you'd have to be a level 6 trainer to catch that.
Oh, is he not?
he's level 5.
I don't know. We got those other 2. Does that well, you said I
It
was
will
one
be-
level away from 6, right?
It will be very disloyal if you catch it now. Tazzle, there are a menagerie of strange-looking rocks around you. And as you do the thing that people never do, you look up, and there is a swarm of these little blue and purple things hanging from
Oh
the
shit!
ceiling.
Tazzle! Tazzle!
Yep.
There are Zubats above us.
Oh,
Miss Kendra, you did not do. Miss Kendra, you have not noticed. You did not do your own perception check, did you?
That's
I
me.
did. I did
Oh.
the investigation.
Oh, sorry, it was buried in your buried in the other roll. I missed it there. Yeah, okay. You both rolled about the same functionally.
I thought
so.
you said my name anyway. That's why I said it. But
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, but oh, sorry. Well, my bad. Either way, you'll both notice that there is a swarm of blue and purple creatures hanging from the ceiling above you, and there is
Shit.
a menagerie of strange-looking rocks that do not seem to fit the terrain around them on the ground.
Okay. I'm not really interested. Can I investigate the rubble to see if there's anything valuable there?
Sure. What you will find with your investigation is that what the leftover rubble in this tunnel was really just what they couldn't be bothered to clean up as they were making a path into town.
Ah, okay. So
these
nothing
obviously
really.
are things I recognize.
Some strange rocks and
You
Zubats.
do recognize the bat creatures. As the familiar swarm thereof Zubats.
I dare you to go poke that rock. Actually, I don't.
I don't know what it is. Let's do it.
Actually, I don't because you're currently hurt.
Doing it live. Fuck it.
You're fucking hurt, dude.
Chloe. Rock smash. No.
No,
Oh.
Fucking Golem comes out. Yes. I'm like excited like fucking Thor with Hulk.
Now,
Yes.
Golem, I could not justify giving you the opportunity to not die too.
Chloe,
Yeah,
this
he'd
one
fucking
wanna
murder
grab
you.
her.
I have a feeling it's gonna be like those Geodudes, like that poor Geodude. that
I'd like to point out, like,
Shattered.
Geodude, Graveler, Golem can learn Explosion or Self-Destruct. Actually, both.
Yeah, self-destruct.
Yeah, they could.
Oh, yeah.
So you might not want to.
Do we just want to head out, Dazzle?
Circle here.
There doesn't seem to be
Yeah, there's
anything
nothing
valuable
really
left here.
Explosion.
Circle.
Dazzle.
There's nothing else interesting. We'll just if it's just normal stuff I know of, we'll just go. Try
Yeah, let's head out.
and I'll try to
Do-do-do-do-do.
find a way out. That. I don't know.
Do-do. Well,
May or may
there's
not be
an
Yeah.
entrance. It's right. It's right here. There's a light.
At the end of the tunnel. Dude, a cutback.
A golem self-destructing is an average of 60 damage to everybody.
I would be dead on impact.
So how
We
do
would
I put
all
that
be
back
dead
together
on
afterwards?
impact.
You have to pick up all the pieces. I never understood that.
It is normal type damage, so Rhyhorn would survive.
I'd be like, ha 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 ha, bitch.
Yeah, and then he'd look behind him, and Heinrich would be a splatter on the wall. He'd be like, "Oh shit!"
He's like, God damn it.
I'm
Pokemon
free.
that have, I think it's a hidden ability that can cause normal attacks to do damage to ghosts.
That's not. Oh, there is an ability that does that, but there's also just a move that does that called Foresight. All right. Well, I'm going to copy paste the two of you as we head back over to the other group for the. So you guys are investigating something that Rocksteady has identified behind a chunk of dissolved wall,
We've been digging.
and you have dug into said wall, presumably far enough to excavate the thing. Make a strength check whoever is doing the digging. And if it is both of you, then both of you.
I've been doing the. Oof, those are bad.
Let's see. For the first time, Heinrich, as you approach the thing in the wall, you hear this shattering sound.
No.
It's like
Gender
clank,
is-
We got
clank.
close enough to break that thing already?
It's like, well, we have been away from you guys for a while. We have been on the B team for A team, whatever you want to call yourselves, for some time. I'm assuming you guys have been digging that entire time. You hear this rhythmic clank, 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 and then this crash. And you see inside the wall a now cracked but still largely intact, very unnatural square plate.
And fossil, but it's broken.
Yeah, I guess I'll grab it.
I would consider a fossil a natural item. It is this. Not only is it of a strange shape to you, it is also of a weird color. It is not some translucent, fancy-looking gemstone, nor is it like a muted brown or gray or some color you'd expect of an ore. It is a pastel, like Crayola red.
Weird.
I guess I'll put it in my pack.
Okay. It is in about 2 pieces right now, with a big crack between them.
Well, we'll keep moving around the room and looking for more stuff.
All right. Well, you can always make a perception check as Rocksteady. Do that way. What are you doing? Having watched your find get excavated, although mildly damaged.
I don't know. Investigation check? I don't know.
Okay. What would you like to investigate?
See if there's anything worth value. Yeah.
You do not really have the required knowledge to determine what is and is not valuable in the walls of the stone, though it is worth your note that the chunk of wall that your Grimer recently stained has turned a very interesting color and seems almost spongy in nature now. It's like it's as if a key component of the mineral has been stripped away and has left this porous structure. To put it very clearly, you have turned bedrock into the strength of sandstone.
Quite impressive.
Oh. Should maybe take a sample and.
I can take a sample of it. Sure. You can probably, through your pickaxe means, just break off a chunk of this now soft stone and take it with you.
All right.
It is not uncomfortably, but noticeably warm to the touch. Some exothermic reaction seems to have occurred. So, do you have any other desires? Boy, you're now carrying a strange, dissolved, warm rock.
Yeah, just put it in my backpack.
Okay. So, are you going to go look around with Heinrich? Are you going to try to do some of your own digging? What's your plan? You did pay the admission fee. You got to try and get your money's worth out of this trip.
Yeah, sure. I'll go check out another wall.
All right, a different wall this time. Would you like to roll me some strength to see how well you do? An 11. Yeah, all right. You make you've gotten more used to the weight of this pickaxe now, so you do manage to chip away at the wall. And you start just kind of blindly digging into a spot, making your way into the wall here, and leaving a little crater with every tink of your pickaxe as you chunk away. And you, Heinrich, have followed Rocksteady over to a chunk of wall that has not yet been explored. And I'm assuming you're going to have him make a perception check.
I have to make another one. The first one failed. Miserably.
Okay. Although it takes him significantly longer, as it seems you have started to exhaust what is interesting in this particular strip of the mine, you have Rocksteady identifying one final item of interest, a POI.
Alright, I'll do the strength check to make sure we can get to it. $16.
Okay. You start digging away and making your way into the wall. Eventually, as per the routine you've gotten used to, a rhythmic clanking of Rocksteady's head, followed by a king of your pickaxe. This whole time, Kabuto is just silently watching all this happen, just like with his beady little red eyes, just kind of like, this is the thing. This is how we live now, huh? And Grimlock seems,
man, it's a cave. You
Grimlock,
like caves.
Grimlock seems to. Well, actually, Kabuto does not like caves. He likes ocean. And this is a little out of his element.
Yeah, he's like a water.
You're branching out, buddy. You're seeing some new things.
It's like, yeah, this is very okay. He just kind of looks up at you like, yeah. All right,
He's like, you've no idea what I've seen. I was alive, and then I was dead, and now I'm alive again. It's just very dramatic.
The mental whiplash has still not been overcome. He's like, I was an adult. They revived me as a baby. What the fuck?
Hey, at least I get my ears over again. Get the start over.
Grimlock has found himself a sizable chunk of rock that he is just chewing on. It's like a
He's
fucking
sitting there, like sitting on his butt, wagging his tail, chomping on rocks. He's
just
like,
chomping on rocks, yeah, like the freaking dipshit that he is.
hey, maybe he's using that as practice to strengthen his jaw moves.
He's just sitting on his butt, crunching rocks.
Hey, that would definitely enhance his jaw strength.
Well, it would if it were difficult for him, but it's kind of what his jaw is made for.
Crunch.
It's kind of just entertainment value.
Weak.
It's kind of just entertainment value for him at this point.
I can't evolve off.
All right, do we make it to this thing because we rolled a 16?
You do make it to this thing, and you make it to this thing somewhat successfully. You manage to see it before you ting it with your pickaxe again.
All right, we will gently excavate it out.
Yeah. Let's roll me a d20.
Here we go.
Ugh, junk.
What you discover is this much different density. It's this chunk of like rusty red and brown something veining through a chunk of the rock that is of a different complexion than the rock around it. It is much larger than any of the things you have excavated thus far. It is probably like a 30-pound chunk of shit that has this red, rusty crap through it.
Are you telling me he found copulite? Literally.
Hey, it's probably worth money. I don't care. I'm going to put it in
Copulite
Grimlock's
could be
mouth
worth
and
money.
tell him not to chomp it.
I did not say that he found fossilized shit.
Hey, you never know.
It's
Hey, people pay
not what
money
I
for
said.
No one knew copulate is exactly that, fossilized shit. Fossilized dinosaur poop.
that. People pay for it. I don't care.
You're gonna haul this 30-pound rock of crap that you just discovered? All
Yep,
right.
we're gonna haul it out. I think we've exhausted this. I'm gonna go say, hey Zubat boy, you find anything else?
Zubat boy, roll me a d20 to see if you found something in this wall. Zubat boy, you find a shard, not a full one, but a shard of this odd geometric plate that is of a very unnatural pastel blue. It is like the color of Zubat's stomach, but like increased in brightness, like 3 shades.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, you want to go back to the guy and see if he can tell us the things we found?
Sure.
All right, sounds like that's what we're gonna do.
You guys are headed back to appraise the things you found.
Well, all the things we found. I found a plate, 2 stones, and a giant chunk of random rock that Grimlock is now carrying for me.
You're gonna have to
Much
instruct
to his
Grimlock. You have to instruct Grimlock not to destroy it.
I already did. I said I put it in his mouth and told him no chomping.
He's very upset about this. You should know.
Hey, buddy, we will get
Watch
you
it
some
not
more
be
rocks to chomp
valuable,
on,
and then he
not this
does
one.
fucking jump it.
Another container.
Hey, if it's not valuable, he can eat it.
He's like, I want it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna crunch it.
I pet his head and I'm like, no, if you wait, I will find you something else to chomp on.
He's like, it's like, why do I gotta carry it then?
Stupid.
Because you're a good boy, and we like you.
You want to impress your girlfriend, right?
Does he have a girlfriend?
He doesn't have a girlfriend. He's tyrant.
I didn't know he had a girlfriend.
I'm like,
Oh
he doesn't
wait,
have a
I thought you were
girlfriend.
talking to
Who's he
Rocksteady.
Who's he gonna
I thought
fuck?
you were talking to Rocksteady, not Grimlock.
I'm gonna look it up now. I'm gonna see what Tyrant can fuck.
Oh my god.
Nice. Excuse me, Lillian.
I don't know what egg group he's in. I don't know if I want to know.
Oh my god, he can fuck Charizards.
We're gonna have babies.
He can fuck
No.
chickens.
You're both boys.
Fucking.
You're both boys. You'll be having no.
Oh my god, Tyrant can fuck a Magikarp?
Hells yeah, hot damn.
I don't not believe you, but I also don't believe you.
He can fuck a Noibat.
I somewhat don't believe you.
This doesn't make any
Literally reading it
sense.
right now. He can fuck Skrelp.
Oh, because you know why? Because he's in the dragon and the monster egg groups.
No, he's in the another egg group.
So he's in the egg group with all the dragons, so he can fuck all the other dragons, including Charizard, which is considered a dragon. And then he's in the monster group, so he can screw things called monsters.
Yup.
Oh, that's great.
Alright, let's go back and talk to this guy. I know what we got.
Hey, you should have caught the Snorlax. You could have fucked the Snorlax.
I didn't see Snorlax.
And Snorlax is part of the monster group. Oh dear. I'm a fucking nerd. Alright, as you guys move on. Let's go talk
Oh my
to
god, he is in that. Oh my god, he's in a group where he can fuck a Venusaur.
He's got access to a lot of things.
Slow. Oh, he can fuck Rhyhorns.
Yeah, that doesn't happen. Alright, you guys are going
Fuck it.
you guys are going to arrive. He could be Mr. Steal Your Girl.
He can fuck Mareep.
That doesn't make any sense.
So the
They may not
monster. So
survive, but yeah.
the monster egg group is the monster egg group is the biggest egg group. So being a member of that group means you have a lot of options.
It's like Hulk and Black Widow. Jesus.
Oh,
He's actually not a part of the monster one. He's just a. I mean, I guess we can start individually.
so this ruby I can give you a grand for. And this sapphire can offer you $500.
All right.
Is this acceptable?
Yep. That'll work.
All right. So $1,500 for the two of them. Fantastic. Awesome.
I'm $1,600 richer.
Yeah. Is there anything else I can do for you gentlemen today?
Nope, I think that's it. Unless you got jobs for us.
Well, I mean, in my respect, the job I can offer you is to bring me any interesting earth material, rare earth material, and I'm always willing to appraise and buy.
Nothing
my
in
job.
particular you're looking for?
Anything in particular? Yes, actually. One of the scientists is particularly interested in finding a particular black gemstone. If you happen to come across a translucent mineral / gemstone of a almost imperceivable black color, there is a high price out for that.
Should you?
We'll keep an eye out.
The layman's name for it is onyx. If you are curious.
Oh, I've been looking for one of those in Onyx. Pokemon.
Yes, it's an unfortunate naming convention. I always wonder if the stone was named before or after the Pokemon. Always wonder. If you happen to find the gemstone, we denote onyx. So one of the scientists wants it for some like laser focus experiment or whatever. I don't really understand. I just do what I'm told. You know, I've got the payment. Don't worry. Black onyx is what we're looking for. If you find one of those, we're paying. I think he said he was willing to pay like 3 times MSRP. Really good.
MSRP.
All right. Well, if we find
market resale value. Usually refer to that when we're talking about cut gemstones, but he's paying for an uncut gemstone as if it were a cut gemstone and then at a premium. It's a very good deal.
All right. Well, I think we've done everything we can here.
All right.
All right. Thank you very much, gentlemen. And he'll say, can I get a cleaner down here? As you see, Grimlock is just trying to wag his tail while he can't wag it too much because he needs it to balance his giant head, but he's very pleased.
I'll scratch his head and be like, good boy.
He's like, thanks, Dad. He's like, thanks, Dad.
He's like, yes!
I always wanted to do that.
He's very pleased with himself. As you folks exit, where are you headed from here?
I mean, you said it's nighttime, right?
Yeah, at this point it is definitely evening, yep.
I will probably go look for a place to sleep so I can wake up and do my egg roll.
Cool, what is your intuition for a place to sleep?
Wait, what time is it?
It's like
I
9
said
p.m.
late evening at this point.
Okay.
If I had to put a number on it, I'd say like past 8 p.m.
Pokemon, huh?
We'll search for.
Cool.
Yeah, well,
There are maps of Ouroboros City available in the Pokemon Center, just like up at the desk. Like here's your tour map / where everything is. Kendra, you will read that the building you walked by, the brown roof building, is Ouroboros City Gym.
Nice.
To the north side of the city, next to the museum, there is the like touristy hotel that is away from like the mining side of town. So that's one place you can stay. You can get a room at the touristy hotel. To the south side of town, there are like cabins they rent out, and like the miners' cabins. The vacant ones can be rented out for like a cheaper place to stay. And then if you're totally broke, the Poco Center has like an emergency cot set upstairs.
Yeah! $5, so that might be
So those are the places you can identify on the map that would be for the sleeping.
Okay.
You can relay that information to Taz. I'm assuming you can relay that information to Tazzle, and the two of you can decide.
Yeah, I'll wait for Tazzle to get back so he can see it for
Well, you
himself.
guys you didn't go very far. You just went up to the counter, and he went to the corner with the PC.
Yeah,
I know.
10 feet away.
Yeah, a couple feet. He's at most 10, 20 feet away from you.
It's always right next to the to the front desk.
I'll just shout over. I'll be like, Tazzle, this ain't looking good, buddy.
You both broke.
I
I'm gonna have to camp on the streets like hobos tonight.
Hearing you say this, Nurse Joy goes, "Oh dear, we have the emergency boarding upstairs."
Are you sure?
Yeah, that's what it's for, to prevent people from having to sleep outside.
Okay, because I would hate to take up that room slot for someone that's like.
There's no charge for the emergency cots. That's what they're there for.
Okay, perfect. We'll take 2 of those.
Orbro frowns on people having to sleep outside.
Oh. Well,
It gets kind of cold. It gets pretty cold here at night, dear, with the lack of, foliage.
Good thing I'm a fire type specialist.
Yeah, there's like a wooden staircase on one side of the focus center that leads up to like the cot area. So that is the.
Before I go up,
Mhm.
as Kendra,
Okay.
would like to roll an investigation check
Okay.
on the people in the lobby right now.
Okay. I support. Okay.
Okay.
Currently in the Pokemon Center, in the lobby this late at night, there are probably only 2 or 3 people here right now other than you and Tazzle. One of them looks like a miner who was recently injured on the job during the day. He's got this gnarly black and blue down most of his forearm. There is another dude who looks like he works in more of like one of the office scapes, like maybe the receiving center. He seems to have some sort of like sickness or like allergic reaction to something. His face is like puffed up. He's like taking a pill of some sort to help reduce the swelling. And then there's just one dude who seems to be there to heal Pokemon. He's standing over at one of the counters just kind of waiting for his Pokemon to get back out. You can see he's got 3 Ultra Balls around his waist.
Oh, fancy. So seeing this, I'm gonna tap basically Tazzle on the arm and make a hand gesture for him to like follow me to the corner of the room. Tazzle, do you follow me?
Oh yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna whisper, be like, I don't think there's any Team Void members here, but take this for the night just in case. And I'm gonna take out the knife that I made and give it to him out of my boot. I'm gonna be like, take this just in case of anything that may happen. There's no
Kendra's-
Team Void members right here, right
Kendra's
now in the lobby.
tribal shank has been handed on to you.
One of my tribal shanks has been lent. You are not keeping it to death.
She gives you the boot one because it smells. Like, here, you can have this one.
Travel shank.
It's not a travel shank. I made a set of stone knives. Jesus.
It is absolutely a traveling shank. You made it in like an hour.
Yeah, that's like pointed at the end, and that's it. There's no sharpness to it. It's just junk.
She made it out of.
No, they're incredibly sharp. I rolled a 20 for that.
She did roll a nat 20 on creating these things, so they are like
Incredibly
chipped rock,
sharp.
but they are very delicate because they're made of chipped rock.
I was gonna say, if you made it in an hour, there's no way it's that sharp. It's like
No, it is literally a piece of rock that was chipped with a harder piece of rock. It's as sharp. It's sharp in the same. It's like serrated sharp rather than like an edge sharp. It's like
if you stab someone, it'll be effective. Okay.
It's like when you chip obsidian away, and you get like the little pieces of you get the little pieces of sharp edge, and then like sharp, not sharp. Yeah, it's like that kind of sharp.
I'm pretty sure if you stab someone with that, it's just gonna break.
Yeah.
Well, yes,
Well,
that is
it-
fine.
that's-
It's fine.
that's
The
the
place you
point.
still stab them with.
I was gonna say that. Also, that's the point because if it could get infected if it gets.
It is okay if it breaks once you've already stabbed someone with it.
Yeah. So.
Killing someone is actually the worst thing you can do with a knife.
Okay. But anyway, I'm gonna. Give
Oh, it
this
really
knife
is.
Okay. I'm gonna give this knife to Tazzle, and I'm gonna be like, "Look, don't know if you've used knives anywhere before. This is the pointy end. This is the dull end. There's
Arya.
no guard. There's no guard on this. So if you slice or try and cut or stab something, your hand could slip down to the blade. So just be very careful."
I'll use it as a backup to this, and I'll kind of pick up.
There's
You're
no
gonna-
pommel. There's no hand guard. There's no tang.
No, it's nothing. It is a rock that she chipped and then wrapped a stick around with silk from her swaddle.
It's horrible.
Hey, I know how to make it on the fly.
It is going to break the first time it is used, but it is going to make that one attack much more dangerous.
Mhm.
I could always make more.
I'm gonna laugh when this character makes the biggest mistake and like stabs somebody in the chest and hits the collarbone or the sternum or something, and it just shatters and nothing happens.
Oh, bullshit, nothing would happen. That would still hurt like hell. It just wouldn't kill you.
I mean, it hurts, but it's like it's not actually like a real wound. It just hurts because the thing
That is-
can't penetrate.
That's true, but it could be enough of an opening.
Yeah.
We'll see how it
Because
gets
even
used.
metal knives won't go in.
Kendra would know the vital points, though. She
We'll
would
see
not
how
know.
it gets-
Tazzle would not.
Tazzle would not know. Tazzle's liable to stab someone in the frickin'
Collarbone.
sternum, chest plate, frickin' bounce off.
See, I would say
Anyway,
knowing vital points is good, but it only works if you catch them off guard. Because if you're fighting somebody in hand to hand and they have, vital points, it's not going to do you any good.
we'll find out. We'll find out how it
We're
gets
gonna
used.
find out.
If it has to get used. If. Kendra also still has 2 bullets left in her gun.
And I have another knife that I made.
Anyway,
I will slowly
Kendra's-
level up on my knife.
Kendra's surprisingly strapped.
I am very strapped.
Why don't you just buy a metal knife?
I have
Just buy
$5. What do you want me to
The cheapo
It's
knives.
true. Anyway, point being,
Also, we were on a
Tazzle,
2-day journey back from being
Tazzle, you're
from the
both
dead.
broke. You're both broke. You're both going up to the emergency cots because it's the only place you can afford to stay. What you discover there is there's a row of 5 or 6 just basically like thatch cots supported by a wooden frame. They're really low to the ground. They're like hammocks basically supported on their frame. There's no walls in between any of them. There's just enough room for you and like your bag next to you. And just you can see everybody else is sleeping in the emergency cots.
Well,
I'm not going to have you interact with them, but it is funny. You would note that at the moment, at least 3 of these cots are currently occupied by it looks like trainers.
Okay. I was gonna say.
that
Do
would be
you
the,
need? I was gonna ask. Do I need to roll another investigation?
that would be the other group. Yes,
Oh, that's.
that would be the other group. For sanity's sake, they're sleeping, and you cannot wake them up.
Until I stab them in the throat, and then they will not wake up.
Oh, no, let's not go there. Now that you guys have found a place to sleep, Heinrich and Zubat Boy, you guys are going to arrive at the Pokemon Center as those 2 have gone upstairs. Probably looking for a map or something.
Yours is female. Don't forget. I know.
Trying to
We
see
were
if there's any Pokemon I want to try to push together.
Pretty much what he's doing. You guys are unknowingly. Well, you guys both. I mean, you 2 know that they're in this town somewhere. Zubat Boy and Heinrich don't know that you 2 have arrived here yet.
As they were coming to the Pokemon Center, I didn't know if you caught on, but I was trying to stall so hard and wait for them to get in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I noticed. But you missed them. You missed
I
them.
did. Just barely.
You missed them, and they chose to pay to sleep somewhere. They weren't cheap bastards enough.
Hey, fuck you.
I was gonna ask.
Well, you guys aren't cheap. You're broke. That's totally different.
I was gonna say, not my fault. I have $5 to my name.
You guys aren't cheap. You're broke.
I could try to push Tyranitar and Larvitar together.
And we got time for one more something to do for everybody. What's up, Tess?
I was just gonna ask Kendra if she feels safe enough being here, or we can get her my. That's it. Sure, we can do 50-50. Well, I can do $50 or $100 for one.
I'd say we can stay here for now. And we can take turns being awake if you want. If that makes you feel better.
Make our Pokemon do it.
Could make a Pokemon do it, yeah.
I already assumed that you guys slept through the night.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Okay.
I mean, we can play this. We can play this out if you want to have some watch going on here.
Because Sal's more interested in the new safety and seriousness that is afoot.
Okay. Yeah, we
Wanna
can
do
have
this
it so
roll
that
with
the
some
Pokemon take turns.
So for the purposes of watch, perception check from each of you to see if anything happens on your watch.
Okay. We'll do...
14.
Basil, nothing out of the ordinary or alarming occurs on your watch.
Goody good.
Are we just doing one or everybody?
One for each of you. One. Just one roll.
Yeah, because we're basically done for the night.
Well, if something interesting happens, it'll happen early next session.
Did you say perception?
Yeah.
I did. You're watching, right?
This is not...
Kendra, nothing interesting happens on your watch.
She left and caught a Magikarp. She actually doesn't know.
Okay, so...
You are vigilant throughout the night. You hear clanking sometimes from outside, but it is the sound of various Pokemon coming and going in the night. Nothing too out of the ordinary.
Perception.
Some of the other tenants wake up during the night and are mildly creeped out that you're up looking around, but that's about all that comes with it.
Do you want me to roll for pain scale?
I was getting to that, sir.
Sorry.
Roll me a d20 for the day, flat.
Just like
No.
Now, do you feel a little bit better today than you did yesterday?
Well, he got a 4 yesterday, so what I would
You're
hope
making... Well, the roll here is to see if he improves in condition.
Right.
And he did, in fact, improve in condition today. Your condition has improved, but only slightly.
I will not have the Pocket Pucker set this morning. I am weaning off.
You're weaning off of it, yeah.
But whether he has withdrawals or not, we will find out next time.
Well, he's only been on it. If he's only been on it for a day, you'd have to abuse it pretty hard.
Yeah, I might have. Yeah, I think I only took the one when I left. No, I didn't take the one when I left. We snuck out of the hospital. Whatever they gave me, the trip to get to the other town, then I would have been fine at the other town, and then I think there was an in between where I was walking and it wasn't great. But I think that was it.
So-
Actually, just one really, one or two tops.
Yeah, you haven't taken very many.
The rest.
So you also weren't given that many too. You were probably only given like 10. But
Right.
Oh,
so-
shit.
What are we rolling? What is going on here?
I thought we were rolling perception!
No, I only needed the one. I needed one.
God damn it!
I will say I appreciate you taking the time to roll as your Pokemon. I do appreciate and pay attention to that.
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna call it here for the day. Zubat Boy and Heinrich, you guys will wake up and take your uncomfortable communal shower with just a thin veil between each. This is just a thin veil between each stall.
I want to make sure my scalp is out so I can get some water.
Skrelp is very much enjoying being hydrated in this very dusty environment. He's very pleased with you for letting him out.
I'll bring
That's
Kabuto in
nice.
the shower with me. Kabuto can hang out in the shower with me.
Kabuto also appreciates the water. He's like, yes, this is.
Nothing like
this is
having
better.
two red eyes stare at you while you clean your
He's
butt.
like, I love it. You're just standing there, you're just standing there in this
In the dark.
lukewarm. It's like lukewarm water at best. and you look down, and there's just two red orbs. Just
He's just like, yes.
What are you doing today, friend? Can you look the other way for a little while?
yeah, I'm gonna scuttle up your butt.
Oh, he's like attached to his ass.
Just fucking head crabs. Head crabs right onto the left ass cheeks.
That's how we find them again. He's rushing to the hospital. He's just like,
He's just running to
I
the
need your
hospital
help.
with a freaking kabuto attached to his ass. Like, oh!
Go on your butt.
Someone get a crowbar. They can't get this thing
At
off.
this
Heinrich
point,
holds still.
since we're all in the same town at this point, are we like at the point where we're getting ready to do the gym?
So we'll let's discuss that as a group right now.